He suggests that racism ought to be the most important thing that any one of us ought to listen to in this court, that any one of us in this nation should be listening to. And it's because of racism we should put aside all other thought, all other reason, and set his murdering client free. He's a sick man, and he ought to be put away. He's a disgusting human being.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I thank you very much for your patience. I've tried to reason through this evidence, drawing the fair inferences as best we could, looking at the integrity of the evidence, and I just think there's very little question here, is there? So much of the essential facts in this case are just shot through with reasonable doubt. There is something wrong. There's something terribly wrong about this evidence. Somebody manufactured evidence in this case. There's missing blood. There's EDTA. There's questions, serious, deeply troubling questions. You must distrust it. You have to distrust it. You cannot render a verdict in this case of beyond a reasonable doubt on this kind of evidence.
Under their scenario, once he gets home, after he's rushing, he's got enough time, he's got all these bloody clothes on, he runs down the side of his house, where he's lived for 17 years, and runs into the air conditioning. It says, oops, no marks, of course, on his body, but while he's back there, he drops a bloody glove to match the other glove found over at Bundy. And just for good measure, so they'll be sure and find it, he knocks on the wall. He doesn't run into the wall, he knocks on the wall. He says, he gives a signal. Then he decides he comes in the house, but nobody sees him do any of that. That's what they have you believe. That is the prosecution's case. We have been here 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, and 2 days to hear this is what they have told you. It just doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
And I listened yesterday, and I had been anticipating yesterday's arguments from the defense. I knew that those arguments would be passionate. I knew they'd be loud, and I knew they'd be forceful, and I knew that they'd be provocative. And I wasn't disappointed. But I also knew that they wouldn't talk much about the evidence. Well, Mr. Scheck did. But that's okay.